In honor of Earth Day, I would like to share some words with you from the peace and love, bleeding heart, Obama-supporting default liberal directed at Donald Trump. All the N-words in the hood want to fight you. Surprised El Chapo ain't tried to snipe you. Surprised that the Nation of Islam ain't tried to find you. Have a rally out in LA, we gon' F-word it up. Home of the Rodney King riot, we don't give a F-word. You built walls, we gon' probably dig holes, and if your ass do win, you gon' probably get smoked. F-word, N-word, F-word you. Well, I do declare, All You Need Is Love by the Beatles is straight up hate speech compared to that ballad of brotherhood served up by YG and Nipsey Hussle. Wouldn't you say?
I think what happened. Propaganda.
Now, of course, these drum machine monster mouth malcontents will make the case that their hate speech is justifiable because Donald Trump is the one spouting hate with hateful proposals like building a wall. So I understand why they feel justified with their hateful sentiments. I understand it more than they do. I can understand that because they don't seem to get it, that they left the country that they're so prideful about. And for those that claim to be born here, they still wave the flag of another country. Others say that territories of this country belong to another country. They hate this country, and they want to be free to live in a country they can hate. They're mad because Trump says build a wall. Meanwhile, they're not mad at the people who are leaving the country they're so prideful about to come to mean, hateful, corrupt America. If Mexico is so much better, why are you trying to come here? Doesn't y'all's government take care of y'all? Don't y'all have universal health care? Don't y'all have tolerance and peace? Y'all wave the Mexican flag like it represents this super duper muy marvelous place, but you don't want to live there. And demand people be able to flee from magical Mexico to angry America. No, you'd rather be mad at Trump for saying, let's build a wall, so y'all can stay in the country y'all swear is so evil. Now, once again, I'm not really for building a wall because building a wall doesn't really solve the problem of why people are still going to try to come here illegally. And they're going to find new ways to. And they're going to use naive Americans to do it. And it doesn't solve what people feel entitled to. On the other hand, I'm not so against building a wall where I'm ready to go out and protest and riot. I just don't see building a wall as the real remedy. But anyway, I know. Who cares what these people think, right? Nobody pays attention to these people. We should just ignore them. It doesn't matter that the Coachella Music Festival is one of the biggest annual music festivals ever. Nobody thought that a Dust Bowl in the dirty desert would amount to being a huge music cultural outlet. I lived in the Coachella Valley for like 20 years. I saw it coming. Now Coachella uses the attraction of music to lure people in to promote a bunch of leftist ideas. But who cares, right? That's what conservatives too often say. Who cares? Nobody pays attention to these people. Just ignore them. And since so many conservatives say to just ignore these people, it also means that they see no reason to support counter-narrative means. And that's why there isn't much conservative-oriented entertainment media to compete. Conservative entertainment is hard to grow because there's such poor support for it. It doesn't get nurtured. It doesn't get fortified and developed. Liberals fortify their players with a Gulfstream jet and say spread the word about environmentalism. Conservatives say here's a tricycle to go deliver a message with. That's all you need because nobody listens to these people anyway. Oh, and on a side note, one of the main reasons why these people are so angry is because they feel like nobody listens anyway. Nobody cares, and they feel abandoned. And they're screaming out in hate and pain to be heard. And that squeaky wheel is demanding its grease by force while you say ignore them. You don't have to pander to them to satisfy their need to attention. For God's sakes, if you would compete with their narrative, they'd at least know you're listening. But you don't support the competition. Liberals have made hate fashionable while accusing you of hatred. They can because you said ignore them. And because you don't support counter media to it, they can throw the N-word around and glorify killing other people and then accuse you of being a bigot. It's fashionable and profitable because you said ignore them and because you don't support counter media to compete with it, so the infection grows. You keep saying freedom isn't free, but y'all don't act like it. Freedom costs arms, legs, sight, blood, and lives. Oh yeah, and it costs money and time too. How America is being taken from you is happening right before your eyes. Gil Scott-Heron said the revolution will not be televised. He was so wrong. The TV screen, the movie screen, the radio, the internet, the classroom, the billboards, the stores, you name it, are all propaganda mediums that are ushering in a wrongful revolution right in front of you. And many of y'all watch this vid and be like, this guy's really courageous. He probably takes a lot of heat for what he does, and then won't even ask, how can I support guys like this? Freedom isn't free, but let's watch this guy for free as if there's no cost to what he does for saying the things that I can't. Some of y'all do, and I really appreciate it. Most of y'all don't. Freedom isn't free. We gotta fight to take our country back, but I'm not gonna share this video because I don't wanna lose my friends or have people mad at me on Facebook. Y'all, what I'm trying to tell you is that freedom costs, and it's an ongoing cost. It's ongoing because you will always have people trying to vote it away from you or rule it away from you under the illusion that their lives will be better for it. Your so-called strategy to just ignore it will cost you and is costing you far more than you're even aware of. You cannot build a wall to protect your ability to ignore the problem. A wall cannot protect America from being destroyed from the inside. And that's how America will collapse, from the inside. That wall may still be standing though. How nice. A nice wall protecting what? America's self-inflicted ruins. I'm Alfonso Rachel with ZoNation, and the FDT song isn't anything close to a musical masterpiece. It's popular because what it represents has been made fashionable. Bernie Sanders is an old, rich, white man. Hillary Clinton is an old, rich, white woman, and they're attracting young voters. Why? Because what they represent has been made fashionable. Meanwhile, conservatives buy it that liberals just hate old, rich, white people. Maybe at some point y'all will own up to some of what's going on and say, I chose to ignore this. I didn't support the competition to counter their mediums, to promote their narrative. And now here it is, despite how much liberals claim to hate the white and privileged, they're flocking behind the very white and privileged people they claim to hate. Monster mouth malcontents